Hello, my name is Crystal McFetters. I am the Public Information Officer with the Unified Government of Wyandotte County in Kansas City, Kansas, and welcome to another episode of On the Dot. I have the pleasure of interviewing Miss Angel Ferrara. She is the Director of Parks and Recreation with the Unified Government. So welcome, Angel.
Thank you for having me, Crystal. I'm excited to be here.
Kind of our first kickoff for the new year. So first thing I even want to say to everyone and to you as well, Angel, is Happy New Year.
Thank you. Yeah,
thank you for being
we're
our
looking
first
forward
guest.
to it.
Thank you. There's a lot of amazing things that Parks and Recs is doing, and so I wanted to get you on camera and just to kind of speak with me and share some things that you all are doing, some exciting things, and kind of just helping everyone understand the direction and the mission and the vision and values of Parks and Rec moving forward. So I just want to kind of start off for people that don't know who you are. A lot of people may, but just if you can share, like, how long have you been in your position and kind of what does the Director of Parks and Rec do?
Sure, thank you. So I've been the Director of Parks and Recreation here at the Unified Government since August of 2021. I have been with the department since 2017, and I've been working in Wyandotte County in other various roles previously to 2017. So I'd say since 2014 and in other roles kind of in the Parks and Recreation field. So the role of director, as you probably know, has a lot of hats. It's always changing every single day. But a lot of what I do and work with our team on doing is planning for the future, and also, what are our strategic plans moving forward.
Great. Thank you. Thank you for that. Just wanted to make sure, because sometimes we assume that we know exactly what someone does. And it's just like, no, let me hear directly from the mouth of the person. Like, this is what I do on a day to day, and this is what I aspire to do in this particular role. So thanks for sharing that. So I'm kind of go back, since we're right in the new year, first week in January, kind of looking back and recapping from 2022. So Parks and Rec, you all did some amazing things, some really engaging things with the community. And I know a lot of that had to do with some feedback that you all received from the 2022 community survey. So do you mind kind of just highlighting some of those things? Like I said, I kept up with you all, but for people that may not know all of the great things that you all did, can you kind of share a little bit of that?
Absolutely. So I want to start 2022 and coming out of COVID and the pandemic. Our team has taken a more intentional look and approach on what that looks like for Parks and Recreation services moving forward for us and how we deliver those to our community. So we had a lot of successes last year in 2022, and just really excited about a lot of things that we have, especially coming up in 2023. But as you've probably heard me say, Parks and Recreation services were utilized more than ever throughout the pandemic. We noticed a lot of our citizens, especially across the nation, and working with the NRPA on gathering that data, as people were using parks a lot more. They were going out and walking on the trails. They were doing outdoor activities, basically anything to kind of find a little bit of normalcy, I think. So we did a lot of really awesome things last summer. Our biggest highlight I want to touch on is being able to open Parkwood Pool. So the pool had been closed for 2 years, just surrounding a lot of safety and caution around the pandemic. And then also a second challenge that we have to that is also finding certified lifeguards to be able to staff the pool. So last summer, we had a lot of support around the pool. So again, I can't say thank you enough to our community and also our leadership and administration for supporting this initiative. But we did partner with Midwest Pool Management, who helped us open the pool. So we had a really successful summer season. We were able to open on Memorial Day weekend, and then we stayed open till about the first week of August. And I don't even think we were closed for a full day. So we saw a totally full summer of aquatics at Parkwood. So that's definitely something that we were excited to be able to get back and start doing again for our community. That being said, we've also been working behind the scenes. Even though the pool was closed for 2 years, we're still partnering with our community partners such as USD 500 and the YMCA, and then also a couple other funding organizations that I'll mention who provided the support. So we were able to offer some free swim lessons at Parkwood Pool. For that particular 2-week session, we partnered with GEHA and the YMCA to be able to bring free swim lessons to Parkwood. And we were able to put through 200 kids through that program back in 2022. So just, it was a really great season as far as Parkwood and the aquatics go. And, moving forward in 2023, which I could talk about later, we also have some exciting news regarding that. Some other projects too I want to touch on is, so for the first time ever too, we ran what we called a summer series. So the recreation division was busy putting on different events for the community. Some of those included popsicle days, movies in the park, and a number of different activities throughout the summer at various community centers. On top of that, we had our summer camp programs at 2 of our community centers, also being the second year of having them state licensed, which is great for our community, great for our organization as well. And then also we, like I said, had a lot of partnerships last year. Another exciting one is we partnered with General Motors, also through Kaboom, and we were able to get some grant funding to do a playground replacement at Edgerton Park. And that was a really cool event because we were able to bring in the community, and we had some really, really strong community leaders who helped champion that project to get the community involved. And if you were a part of that event, it was super awesome. We basically put an entire playground together in 3 days. We just had a lot of really cool things happening last year. And sometimes it's hard to reflect and remember, and I haven't captured all of it, but those are some of the exciting things that we've had happen in 2022. And then also one more project I want to mention is we partnered with some internal groups and also some other organizations, and also did some cleanup around the Quindaro ruins. And that was also a really phenomenal project. It was pretty transformative. So
yes, you just mentioned a lot of great things, a lot of great activities, but like you said, a lot of times we don't go back and reflect and realize that you are doing some amazing things. And I understand, and I know that the community they're paying attention. They are paying attention. So I just want to say thank you for the leadership that you have put forth, and making sure that you kind of bring all of these services and partnerships together to make our community centers and our parks amazing. Because it's amazing. Once you start rolling them out, I'm like, wow, I forgot about that event. I forgot about that announcement, and I forgot about that partnership. So it's great to kind of reflect. So that's why I was like, this is good.
Yes.
And I was going to say, I know you're going to kind of unveil some things for 2023 that kind of will continue from some of the success stories from 2022. So with all of the things, like I said, that you accomplished in 2022, so I know that there are some great awards and recognitions that you all received. Do you mind sharing and touching on a little bit of that, or is that kind of still kind of in the bag a little bit?
Share on some of it. I think
Okay.
that at the end of January, early February, there'll be another announcement coming out soon from our state association. But we did have, a couple staff I want to recognize as well.
Yeah.
So Dean Bridge and Roger Guest, they're on our parks team, and they actually work out west in our parks out west, so Wyandotte County Lake, Bonner Park, Eisenhower, and some of those other areas. But they were recognized and received the Garland M. Smith Award from the Historical Society. And part of what that entails is just really acknowledging the good work that they do to help keep those parks maintained and cleaned and safe. So really want to take the time to recognize them. Another award we received was from K-State Extension Community Partners of the Year. So that's been a really important partnership for K-State and also for Parks and Rec, as we both come out of COVID together and work together on, hey, what can we do to bring these services back to the community, and partner with each other to make sure we're able to, provide these services in our community. I want to acknowledge a couple staff members too. Shea Lockett, she's our Recreation Division Manager. She's not new to the Parks and Rec team. She actually started with Parks and Rec a few years ago and has been in different organizations in the unified government, but she did return back to Parks and Recreation last year in March as the Recreation Division Manager. And she's doing an awesome job at leading a lot of these initiatives and taking a lot of them to the next level as it pertains to recreation. So the community can definitely continue and keep looking for those opportunities coming from the rec division to get involved, whether it's with youth and adult programs, special events, or some of those other things. And then also we added Matt Zayas. He's joining our team as well. And so he'll be our fiscal officer for the department, which is a position that hadn't previously existed, but we are anticipating hopefully that we continue to get the support and get some incremental funding as we move through the next few years. And so he's going to play a big part in helping with that planning process and also managing some of the federal funding that we've been getting and hoping to continue to get over the next few years.
This is great. So you all are busy. So that's why I said 2023 is going to be a year of unveiling, because it seems like you've been working behind the scenes to kind of get everything kind of mapped out for 2023. So I'm excited to see how everything will roll out. Just kind of thinking back on some of, like you said, the youth programs and everything that you all offer, it's very affordable and accessible to the community. So as a parent, I appreciate that. So I know, like I said, others really appreciate the hard work and the partnerships that you all are bringing to the table, and the leadership, and how the staff that you do have, how they're trying to enhance their skills to make sure they have the best abilities and the best networks to make more services available for our community. So I commend you, and I know the community commends you all for that.
Thank you.
Couple other things. I get to go on with my questions. So
I like it. Yeah. I could talk about Parks and Rec all day. So
I know I can too. That's why I was like, I want to have you on first, because I know that there's some great things that you all are doing. And so just to kind of get people engaged and get ready. So I know you all have some partnerships that like internal partnerships, like for example, the clerk's office just as of today, January 3rd, launched the senior rebate programs, and you all are offering the community centers around the area for those particular sessions, one-on-one sessions that are offered for free, as well as there's youth sports and different things like that. So can you talk about the importance of the partnerships internally and externally that you're making sure that you all have in place for 2023?
Yeah, absolutely. So especially you bring up a good point when we talk about the internal partnerships. So part of we want to do, and part of us as the Parks and Rec department being more intentional, is working with our community partners and also our internal partners. So we are, making sure that we're assisting how we can, if that's providing space, help marketing the programs, and just making sure we have our staff on board to support those programs happening in our centers. We want our community centers to really be a place where the neighborhoods in those communities feel like they can go and get these awesome services that the unified government as a whole is trying to broaden and expand. Again, like I said, our external partners have been very important to us, and without them, there are just some things that we would have a hard time doing. And then so some of those external partners, and I'm sure that those will continue to grow, but I mentioned GEHA. They've been a phenomenal partner in helping us break down those barriers as it pertains to aquatics, and really excited about some of the things we have moving forward in 2023 with them. I can share this information because they did a press release earlier in the fall, but they are committed to, again, supporting free swim lessons at Parkwood in summer of 2023. So look for more information on that. I don't have all the details yet. But we share a lot of that on our Facebook page. Warner Media, they played a big part in getting the swim classes at the kids zones through USD 500 and the YMCA going last year. So we are still working with that group as well to ensure that those programs are running smoothly. And, if there's anything that we can do as Parks and Rec to support. We also had one more I want to highlight. We partnered with Project Evergreen. So they are a national nonprofit organization who work with local corporations. For example, for us here in KCK, it was PBI Gordon, but they really focus on green space and also doing a lot of work as it pertains to infrastructure inside of parks. So you might remember they did a huge cleanup at Huron Park in October, and it was a very transformative project as well. And we also anticipate that partnership to continue. And see more impact and progress in maybe some other parks.
This is great. This is amazing to hear. So what I hear is collaboration, collaboration, collaboration that ultimately benefits the community. So this is great. These are great things to come in 2023. I was hoping you kind of went straight into it, and I was going to ask you a little bit more. What can we expect to see in 2023, and how can people get engaged and learn more about these programs? So like, I know that you all worked tirelessly with a third-party vendor to create your mission and your vision value statements to kind of rebrand some things with the Parks and Rec. So if you don't mind sharing a little bit about that, as well as kind of what can we expect to see a little bit more of in 2023?
Yeah, absolutely. So earlier last year, we worked as a department internally to do some of that strategic planning, as you mentioned. And so the goal of that was to really focus internally on our department and work as a team to identify some strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and some other areas that we could improve. And ultimately, what we wanted to do through that process as a team is redefine our mission, define for the first time ever a vision, and then also a set of core values that didn't currently exist for our department. And so we worked through that process. We worked with Brio 2 Solutions on that entire process. And then in the fourth quarter of last year, we began working as a team to really define what that looked like. And so here in the last few weeks, we've been rolling that out internally, and then you'll be seeing a lot more of that come out on our Facebook page and probably at our community centers. But I know that I was going to pass the mission, vision, and values so you can post it.
Definitely.
It's not too much, but it just to see it visually, I think, for the community and for those viewing this, will hit home a little bit more. But I'm just really proud of, our team for working together and for going through that process. I think that they are also really proud of the final product, and they also, to be a part of that process, the mission and the vision and defining what the goals are. It's what they do every day. We have a team committed to serving the community, who are out in our parks, who are in our rec centers. And so they really do believe that, they live and breathe this every day they come to work. So we're really excited about it. It definitely sets the tone moving into 2023 and then also the future. So you'll have to let us know your feedback on that, but we're excited. So
definitely. So I will make sure that that mission and value statements are posted online, as well as at the end, there will be a link at the end of this video where our viewers can access that information. So I always point people back to the website of www.wykck.org. And I'm going to, in your case, /parks. To get directly to the Parks and Recreations page. Angel, do you have any last minute information or events or anything that you want to promote here? Because I'm pushing this out to as many people as I can. If you have anything, or if there's ways that people can contact you all for ideas or feedback or any kind of engagement opportunities that you know of that's coming up.
I'm just really excited to be here and to be kind of the first segment for the new year. And, I can't wait to, at the end of the year, kind of recap and look back. And I, can't tell the viewers enough to definitely, keep up with Parks and Rec, go to our Facebook page. We're doing some really awesome things. And, just like you said, Crystal, we have been working behind the scenes really hard over the last few years. We have a lot of it teed up. We're hoping that, the community is seeing that, and especially over the next few years starts to see some of that progress and improvement. And just have a lot of really, really good things happening and coming up. And I just can't wait for the community to be able to take us up on those opportunities and maybe see you guys out in the parks. So
I know. I love it. Thank you so much, Angel. And I'm also going to put another plug in for you. I did see that today was the first day for the reservation of the parks.
Yes.
Okay. I was going to say, I'm putting that in because I know that that's a popular day for many people. We mark our calendars. We have certain dates. I know me and my family have certain dates of the year that we need our certain shelter D at Wyandotte County Park. So I'm making sure, I'm just kind of putting that out there.
Yes.
If you can share a little bit. Yeah.
Also, with that being said, and we have our new online, not new, but new to us in the last 3 years, online registration reservation software system called Civic Red, which can also be found on our website, wykck.org/parks. And then so you can navigate through there, or if you still want to come into the office, we can also assist with those reservations. But it did open, reservations did open this morning at 8 a.m. So if you're watching this, get on and reserve your shelters, because they do go quick.
They do. That's why I'm like, as soon as I saw that, I was like, I was like, I got some dates I need reserved. So yes.
Yes.
Thank you again, Angel. This was very great talking to you. I know that the community viewers they're going to be excited to hear about all of these things that you all have to unveil in 2023. And just thank you again for your leadership. Thank you and your staff for everything that you all do. Sometimes we don't, like I said, we don't go back and think about all of the great success stories and the things that you all put into place for us, for our community. So thank you again on behalf of the UG and the community. So I will make sure that I have all of your contact information for Parks and Rec at the back of this video. So if anyone wants to get in contact with the Parks and Rec department or that Civics Rec website that Angel was referring to, I'll make sure that that is linked in this video as well. So thank you again, Angel, and you have a great afternoon. Thank you so much. Thank you.